What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video. Here today with a little bit of a voiceover. I'm going to be responding to Jonnie Candito's video on the most underrated squat accessory, where in that video he said it was the reverse hack squat. If you want the too long, didn't read version of this video, I agree with the burrito. The burrito, of course, is right. The man knows what he's talking about, but I want to talk about how I came to that conclusion, why accessory movements can be very powerful for any specific lift, but why in particular for the squat, doing something that's more quad dominant can have more benefits. And for myself personally, because we don't have the reverse hack squat, I will be doing, it's essentially like a Smith machine squat we have here at Fortis, but as he listed it in the video, you can also do a belt squat, you can do a single leg press. There's a lot of different variations, but the key is a long range of motion, emphasizing the quads. And we got to circle back a little bit. Last year, I knocked off one of my long-standing goals of finally squatting 5-place high bar. We made it. I did it by squatting 4 times per week with no accessories and no variations. I was just about as specific as one can get. Specificity, boys, here we come. Now, fast forward to 2020, and for the rest of the year, I'll be using a hefty dose of the Smith machine squat at Fortis, which is similar to Jonnie Candito's recommendation of a reverse hack squat, as a major accessory movement, and something that I think will lead to a lot of quad growth and ultimately a bigger squat. So why the change? First, we have to talk about the specificity spectrum. If you're close to competition, you need to be focusing on those major movements. For me, my next competition is approximately 20 never. So I have an extended off season. I can do whatever the hell I want. And there comes a time and place where you can only do so much volume with one particular barbell movement. Yeah, you can squat 3 times a week, 4 times a week. But is that all the lower body volume you'll be doing? You can get away with it. But if you notice certain deviations in your form, where, like, you know what, for myself, I'm a long femur boy. I want to emphasize the quads when I do the squat. I don't really feel it in my quads too much. And that's not a bad thing. But if my quads are the limiting factor, maybe it's time to grow them. Maybe it's time to overemphasize them. So once again, we'll use something like this Smith machine squat or another variation. So Jonnie recommends, again, the reverse hack squat. You could also do the belt squat. You could do the single leg press. You get a long range of motion, is lower back friendly. And I think that's relevant for people that do the big 3 when you do a lot of deadlifts, a lot of squats. You're trying to manage everything, right? You want to be fresh. You want to be able to give maximal effort to everything you do. And so adding in a healthy dose of accessory movements like the reverse hack squat or the Smith machine squat can make a lot of sense. And Jonnie's not the only one that recommends or does this. When we take a look at IPF lifters, a notable lifter I've seen on his Instagram would be Bryce Lewis and the Pit Shark, where he actually uses the Pit Shark a lot in addition to all his squats. And Bryce, my man, has a beautiful squat. So some of the benefits of the reverse hack squat or the Smith machine squat, why I think Jonnie recommends it, why I like it, why I started doing it a few weeks ago, and I thought to myself, I'm going to keep doing this. Oh, quad soreness, there you finally are at. You get the tactile cue. Because the pads are on your shoulder, essentially your body has to find the right position. And you'll even notice, I'll just be straight out, my form, because I took some time off from squatting, there was quarantine and everything else, and I was dealing with a little bit of an aggravated knee, it's deviated from my stronger position where I'm more upright. And so you'll even see on this reverse hack squat or the Smith machine that my hips essentially want to shoot back. And so you want to make sure that your knees are as far forward as possible because they're trying to emphasize the quads. My stance is a little bit more narrow, and you could feel pressing against the pad with your shoulders when you deviate from really emphasizing the quads. And when it comes to, you know, a squat or a bench press or a deadlift, you can essentially compensate on any of those. You will move towards whatever form necessary in order to lift the weight. And I want to have the best technique that will allow me to lift the most amount of weight. Now, I'm not just trying to have a beautiful squat. I'm trying to have a strong squat. And I know historically what that looks like. So what do I need to do in order to get back to that? So if my form was getting shittier and shittier, unknowingly, unbeknownst to me until I finally filmed it, then I need to correct it somehow. And if I want to do a certain amount of volume where just squats aren't going to cut it, I need to add in some more movements. And a lot of people can probably relate to this listing right now, where they think to themselves, yeah, you know what? My next competition is also 20 never. And while I do love squats, or I do love the bench press, I need to vary it up a little bit. And when it comes to choosing your accessory movements, you want to choose things that complement your goals. And again, for me, I got that booty, okay? I want to try and emphasize the quads. I want that long range of motion. So let's choose a movement that really focuses on that. And I think in summation, that's what I'd say about accessory movements. You want to pick the right ones for yourself, and that's where the individual becomes very important. I'd say when it comes to accessory movements, you can actually be specific with the intent behind them. The too long didn't read version of this video is, of course, the burritos, right? I have to give a shout out to him and the video that hit me essentially to this movement, and now I'll be doing it for the rest of 2020. Make sure to check out his video linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you learned something, or if you made it just to the end of the video, make sure to like the damn video. We're back every single Monday and Thursday. Yes, I know this video is uploaded on a Tuesday. It's because Monday was a holiday. We'll see everyone, all my rascals, in that next video. Peace!
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.